Hey, welcome. I've been away for a while. I've had stuff to do at my day job, and I've also been sick on and off. You could probably hear it. I don't think it's COVID, but who cares? Anyway, yeah, I'm still sick, but people have been reaching out. They're just demanding content. They're just saying, where's the next episode? Um, so here it is. Here's the next episode. We're joined again by CoolFrasier. What's up, CoolFrasier?
Hey everyone, this is CoolFrasier, and I'm listening, and I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm glad you're listening, and I'm glad you're cool. Means a lot.
Yeah, I've actually been hearing from the fans as well. They were just like, "We want more, we want more." They were like, "We want to hear about that time you checked out at the grocery store," and I was like, "Okay."
Oh, you're referring to that tweet that was like,
Yeah,
what was it? It was like, it's
I
like,
don't even
oh,
remember.
it was music. It was about musicians. It's like musicians will work like their whole life to make one song, and they're too scared to share it.
Mhm.
They're like, I wonder if the world will like this, and then so they never share it. And then the other panel is just podcasters who are like telling the dumbest story about going to the store and melting ice cream, and but they're like just very eager to get it out there. That's us. We are the ice. We are the podcasters, the most oppressed class. That's what I've been saying.
Yeah, yeah, definitely very oppressed.
I'm not really a gamer, but if you're a gamer and a podcaster, that's like the intersectional
Yeah,
gold medal of oppressed classes. Big gamer podcasters.
and an incel.
Yeah. If you're a podcaster and a gamer, you're probably an incel.
That just goes without saying.
Yeah. But we're friends to incels.
Yeah,
I support the incel struggle, except when it's like self-inflicted because they just hate the universe
although Delicious Tacos said if you lose your virginity after 18, you're a incel. Um,
for life.
regardless, yeah, for life,
Yeah,
which I kind of agree with.
I think in a secular setting, I get that in a secular setting.
Yeah, in the LDS setting, it would be if you don't get married after your mission, like within like 2 years of your mission, you're an incel for life.
Yeah. Well, what's new with you? Anything?
Well, we did have a dead chicken.
So
Sorry.
do you own chickens already, or you just found a dead one?
No, yeah, we have chickens, and so here's the chicken dilemma, right? We live in a very my wife and I, cool Lilith Sternen, are working on our homestead here, but it's very hot where we're at. We're in the Southwest, and so you have to kind of be careful with them. And they basically, like, chickens are pretty easy. If you've never had chickens, they basically just need food and water, and that's it. Whereas, like, we got a puppy a couple years ago, and like, I was like, this is more work than a baby. Like, I have to like take him out in the middle of the night and stuff.
Yeah, and famously, you don't really care for dogs.
No, I don't care for dogs, so I'm here taking care of this dog, having to like baby him, and it's just a freaking dog. Like, I don't care. But like, yeah, dogs you kind of have to like baby, but like chickens, yeah, you just give them food, give them water, make sure they have enough warmth or cool or shade, and you're good. So yeah, especially like I think they're harder in the winter, but like winters here they're fine, so it doesn't matter. Um, but anyway, so I built two chicken coops. One is big and one is small. The big one already has 6 hens and a rooster in it. It was supposed to be just 7 hens, but one of the hens turned out to be a rooster. So what we what we decided to do with that, and why we have a second coop, is we took 9 eggs, right?
Yeah,
And we got them fertilized, or they come out fertilized when you have a rooster. That he's getting on all of them all day long. So then he jumps on. No, so we incubate them, we hatch them. All 9 hatch, all 9 live. We're like, awesome. But then I've been working in the early mornings a lot lately. So I used to do a lot of the chicken duties early in the morning, but I haven't been able to. So I've been telling my wife, I'm like, you gotta like remember to check their food and water like every day, especially because we're hitting the summer. It's like very hot, so like they need food and water always. And then so just one afternoon, they ran out of water. They knocked over their water thing, and like I was super busy, and then she was busy and didn't check on them,
Oh,
and
no.
so one of them died. It was just dead, clumped over there
Wow.
from the heat.
Should I call like Child Protective Services on you guys?
Chicken Protective Services.
Yeah, Chicken Protective CPS.
Well,
Chicken in a hot car.
we held we made sure the others were okay. They're very pampered as is. It was an unnaturally hot day too, so it may have just been gotten because like they had water, they just knocked it over at some point during the day.
So this is like
I got better waterers. They're all set up. Don't call Chicken Protective Services on us.
This is like all those cows in Kansas.
It is like the cows in Kansas. That's a fake video, by the way. I mean, the video's real, but they didn't die from heat, and the number has fluctuated between 400, 3,000, and 10,000 as I've been following the story. But anyway, so we're down a chicken. We buried it in a very solemn burial ceremony. So yeah, that's what you do with the chicken when it dies. You buy chickens at the store for $5, so don't pretend like you care about a chicken. Anyone listening to this?
Well, I don't think. I mean, honest mistake.
Well, it wasn't like they knocked over their water. It's their own fault. But
yeah,
but we should have checked on them because it was pretty hot that day.
Yeah, it's not even a mistake. It's just them.
Yeah. Well, so now I have a water that's bolted to the coop.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah, so they can't knock it over.
Awesome. Well, what have you been watching lately? Maybe you can tell about something you watched. I'll tell about something I watched, and we'll see what comes out.
Okay. Should I start with the best one, or yeah, let's start with the best.
Start with the best one in case we like.
I have the most opinions on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's not the best one, but maybe the worst one. So I've been watching the ObiWan series. Have you watched it at all?
No.
Okay. Are you a Star Wars guy? Were you ever?
I was younger, and then
prequel guy.
I was lukewarm on the prequels. I thought they were all right, and then I liked the third prequel, the the one where he cuts off the legs and all that. But then I mean, like these more recent ones are just like whatever. I mean, I feel like that. I feel like the magic and whatever made Star Wars special, that's just dead. They're not going to get that back. And I don't think about it or worry about it, but it just seems dead to me.
Yeah. I mean, I was a pretty big Star Wars guy growing up. Like I played all the video games and had all the action figures and all that type of stuff. So, and we had like the VHSs when those came out, and then special editions and blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, my Star Wars cred is up there with Salacious Crumb, right?
Who's that? Like a known Star Wars
nerd? He's a known guy.
Okay.
No, he's the little monster that sits on Jabba the Hutt. Beaked monster, that's his name.
I thought he was like a YouTuber.
Yeah, the famous YouTuber Salacious Crumb.
I mean, that's basically what people's names are now.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, here's Salacious Crumb, and he makes $100 million a year. And like, you tell me that, I'm just like, okay, yeah, of course, Salacious Crumb makes $100 million a year.
Yeah, he's a gamer and a streamer and a podcaster. He would be too. But anyway, yeah, so like, yeah, I can name every ship in Star Wars. I know all that stuff. But anyway, I can tell you the different classes of TIE fighters. Um, but speaking of which, TIE Fighter, that's such a good game. Um, so Obi-Wan. Okay, it comes out. I was lukewarm on it from all the previews. I was like, this isn't looking great. But then I watched like the Star Wars Celebration coverage, and they did like a montage of like all the interactions of Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then they like interviewed the two actors, and then
Mhm.
like they kind of showed a couple clips from the series where like Obi-Wan was like going goblin mode on everyone. Like he was just like shooting people, and I'm like, okay, so this is going to be like an action series where Obi-Wan just goes nuts on everyone, you know?
Mhm.
And I was like, this could be cool, right? Like, cause yeah, like Obi-Wan's like probably the most powerful guy in the universe at this point, right? Like he beat Darth Vader, who would be the most powerful guy. And so like, yeah, let's just see Obi-Wan in his prime just like taking out bad dudes, and like maybe each week he'll go on an adventure and take out a different bad guy. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
all for this, right? And
Mhm.
they could have done that, right? But no, they didn't do that. And there's very minimal action in it. And when there is action, he's kind of like depowered Obi-Wan. He's just like, "Oh, I'm old and I don't know if I believe in the Force anymore." And then they out of nowhere they're like, okay, here's baby Princess Leia, as if it's like the new baby Yoda or something. And
Yeah.
they're like, they start showing her, and then like she starts talking, because like they show baby Luke, but he doesn't talk, and then they show baby Princess Leia, and she starts talking, and I'm like, wait, is she gonna be like a character in this show? Like, are we gonna see her like a lot?
How
Because they
much of a
start like introducing her character.
how much of a baby?
She's supposedly 10 years old.
Oh, 10. Okay, I thought you meant like a toddler or something.
Yeah, she kind of is the size of a toddler. It's kind of confusing.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I call her Baby Princess Leia because we had Baby Yoda,
Yeah. Okay.
right?
Okay. Okay.
So they like obviously she's supposed to be the character that kids are supposed to like Baby
Yeah.
Yoda was in The
Is she like?
Mandalorian.
Is she really precocious?
Very precocious. She's smarter than everyone, and she's more capable than everyone. And Obi-Wan is like, you better listen to her. She knows what she's talking about, to like other like gruff soldiers and stuff. And like, yeah, so I'm just like, okay, we're doing this then. And so like, and I was like, each episode, I'm like, well, maybe they won't do that. And then it's like they do have Darth Vader in it. Like, spoiler alert, he's in it. And like, Darth Vader looks cool. So like, maybe this is a cool show. But no, just Darth Vader always looks cool. Then there's the bad person, the main bad guy of the series, other than Darth Vader, obviously, is a Jedi Inquisitor who they hunt the Jedi. It came from the cartoons, but she's one that you didn't see in the cartoons. And it turns out she's African American and is uh, the coolest boss lady you've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I saw the stuff online about all this.
Yeah, so a bunch of people like were like, "Oh, there's racist attacks against this lady." Okay, number one, she looks fine as a character. Just looking at her, she looks cool enough. I'm fine with it, right?
Hmm.
But she can't act. I'm like 90% sure they're doing it as a troll. Like, you know how like websites will like make a bad article on purpose so that people
Yeah.
click on it?
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, that's what this is. Cuz like she's terrible at acting. And I'm like, maybe she's just acting over the top because it's like Star Wars and she thinks that's how she's supposed to act or something. But it's like everyone around her is acting normally. And then she's like, Obi-Wan, I'm here to get you. And I'm like, what is she doing? Like, what choice is that? Um, so she's just terrible. And then like the baby Princess Leia, she's given it a go, but she's a child and a child actress, and she's not very good. And my other take on this is, yeah, precocious baby Leia. Okay, I'm like, is she supposed to be a likable character? Because essentially she's a little kid who's who likes to talk back to authority. Now, some of you may be saying, well, CoolFrasier, that's how she was in Star Wars, so why would she be any different in this? And it's like, well, yeah, because that was kind of a funny idea to have the princess that you're saving in your adventure show be kind of like sassy and talks back, right?
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
somewhat of a novel idea at the point, right? I don't know how novel, but like, it was kind of like, oh, let's go save the princess. Then she's like, we're going into a garbage chute. What's wrong with you? Whatever.
Yeah.
And so it's somewhat endearing, right? An adult woman, right? But this
Mhm.
is a child. And so when you're like, hey, baby Leia, I'm here to rescue you. And she's like, you look like an old fat turd. It's like, well, why is this baby talking back to like an old man? Like, that's very rude to have a child talk back like that. It's bad manners. So I was like, there's no way anybody could like this character, but I don't know if they're bots or what, but when I go and look at the Star Wars discourse, there's all these people who are like, oh my gosh, she's so sassy. I couldn't wait to be her. Like, that's so me, how I would talk to Obi-Wan if he was rescuing me. I'd call him a turd. And I'm like, okay, I guess people like it. I don't know who these people are. They must not be around children very often. I don't know.
Yeah, there's something to this, I think, where with both that, like, was she some sort of stormtrooper or whatever, and then the baby Leia, there's something to this, like, idea of making things intentionally bad, just for. I mean, maybe they've worked it out, and it's like,
But why not make things intentionally good?
well, it's it's probably just because like there's so much stuff now. I mean, I don't know that I believe this, but I'm going to make the case for it. There's so much stuff now that to cut through the noise, like there has to be something, whether it's good or bad, there has to be something.
Maybe they just knew they couldn't do it, and so. But like, I feel like even just like a Detective Obi-Wan show.
Yeah.
Case of the week, he's Columbo using force powers to solve things. That would have been more enjoyable than this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The idea of Mandalorian was basically it's like we're going to do a 50s 60s western set in Star Wars universe, and that's pretty much it. That's all it is.
Great.
And they might as well just do like genre procedurals, but a different genre, each time, but with some character from Star Wars.
Yeah. No, so, and that's I kind of thought that's what we were getting with some of the advertisement, like I mentioned, but like, yeah, it's basically like, well, and you can tell that it was intended to be a movie. And I haven't even gotten into the visuals because, like, this last episode, I'm on the 5th episode for those listening in the future. So the last episode is next week. Mm-hmm. But this was kind of maybe like the climax of the series. I don't know, because there was like a lot of big happenings in this one. But like, I know they're using the volume. We talked about this on the podcast before, right?
Yeah.
It's the 360-degree screen where they auto project on the different camera angles of the pre-rendered stuff. So you essentially get like the lighting, and then they go in on a final pass to like edit it. But on this one, it's almost like they didn't do that final pass. Like, it looks like they're just in a video game level. Like, I was thinking that. I'm like, this would be a good video game level, because like it's kind of ambiguous as to where the edges are of the space. Like, it just doesn't feel like grounded in reality. And then, but yeah, so like, and it looks bad. And then there was like Darth Vader does a cool thing in this one, but the ship looks like it's like it looks like it's a video game. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm just watching a video game.
Well, I probably I wasn't intrigued at all, and now I'm even less likely to watch it. So the only scenario in which I would watch it is to talk about it more on this show. That's the only.
Well, I do kind of want to talk about like why it's so bad. And like maybe there's a nuanced take there, but I've kind of said most of my takes. Mainly that the black lady is bad, but not because of racism. It's because she's bad at acting.
Yeah.
Or I don't even know if she's bad at acting, but she's bad in this. Like,
yeah.
Because it's not like I'm trying to hate on the show. I want to like it. Like,
Yeah.
but there's definitely some nostalgia bits, and you get a couple cool lightsaber scenes, I guess. So if you want to see it, like, how bad do you want to see a couple lightsaber scenes, like where you have to slog through bad acting Black Lady and young Leia whining at you?
Yeah.
Then if you can sit through that, then yeah, it's good.
Um, okay, I saw a tweet about this movie called Memory with Liam Neeson.
Yes.
And the tweet was like showing it was something like they compared it with that movie Cuties, that Netflix movie Cuties that had like I didn't see it, but apparently it had like um footage of like underage girls doing explicit things. And critics apparently really liked Cuties. And then this film Memory, which is about a guy who's like um part of the plot is that he's working to take down some like child traffickers. And the critics really didn't like this Memory movie. And so the tweet was like, the critics like it when you show kids in suggestive scenes. Critics don't like it when you try and, kill pedophiles. I probably liked the tweet. I might have even retweeted it. But then I got curious about the movie, so I go and watch it. And it's like, I hate to say it, but it's actually just a bad movie. Like, that's why people didn't like it. Or at least the critics didn't like it. The audience seemed to like it. I don't know. I mean,
aren't you a critic? No, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean, they should be including me in the tally. But
Yeah.
I mean, with Neeson and some other older guys, they're trying to, with Neeson, they're trying to recreate Taken. Like they've tried it a couple times now, where they just want a movie where he goes and like beats up people, and it's not, it doesn't have to be that complicated. It's just him like stomping people. But yeah, it just didn't work. It's really like lazy.
Was Neeson known for action prior to like Star Wars?
I don't know. Taken was a big breakthrough, obviously, because it was like, I think it was a smaller budget movie and it was a big hit, and it was an old guy doing action, and I think people just really liked it. But this one, this one's 2 hours long. It totally overstays its welcome. It should have tried to stay at 90 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Monica Bellucci they're trying to bring in more boomers, I guess. And she's looking rough. It's just all around just like a bad, not a well put together thing.
Is there any good? Can he do action now, or are they just still doing quick cuts for him?
I'm not sure how good he is at the actual action. part of the premise of the thing, it's called Memory, is that he's losing his memory because he's like an old hitman. And
so he just forgets who he's killing.
Yeah, he has a problem with that.
That's the wrong person.
Yeah. Where he there is a point in the movie where he actually like basically kills the wrong person. He kills a cop who did nothing wrong. It's just like he falls asleep in a car and a cop is like, "Sir, are you okay?" And he shoots him. But then I mean, I'm
sorry, sir, I forgot.
Yeah. But yeah, he's not a good. I mean, he's not good at the action. I mean, he's really tall and he's old. And when you're tall and old, it's really hard to move well and like look like you are capable.
You're just heavier.
Yeah, and your limbs don't. It's not the same as a shorter
Godzilla.
guy.
You just walk slower.
Yeah, and it's like it doesn't look right when he's taking on multiple guys. And turning around and shooting and all that, and it doesn't look right. So maybe it's time for Neeson to wrap it up. I don't know. I mean, I like the guy, but no, don't do another movie like Memory.
A little too easy to forget that movie.
Yeah, very forgettable.
Got him.
Anything else you watched?
So I watched 2 kids movies recently. Actually, both of them have Sonic.
Oh, great!
In them.
With the Sonic 1 and 2?
No, Sonic 2 and Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers. Yeah, so Sonic 2 is a straightforward sequel of Sonic 1. There's some odd B plot where the sister-in-law of the protagonist of the last movie is getting married to someone who ends up being a Fed. So like the Feds are trying to keep an eye on Sonic, so they try to get in with the sister-in-law of the guy who helped Sonic last time.
Why do the feds care about Sonic?
Because like he's an alien. Yeah. So like in the last movie, the bad guys are the military trying to like capture Sonic because he's a bad alien or whatever. So yeah. Um, if you haven't seen the last movie,
I
but
haven't.
the last movie is not a bad kids movie. It's kind of fun. There's a couple good action scenes in that they do like the super speed slow down thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's enough in it for an adult to keep their attention. It's not just a kids movie just for a kid, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
This one, but yeah, other than this weird detour, which I actually didn't watch the middle hour of the movie because I fell asleep. But I'm assuming that's what took place in the middle hour because I woke up and they were like getting married, and then like they go on this like action hunt where they have like Sonic tools to like shoot the feds or something because they're at like a resort getting married. I don't know why. They're on an island or something. And then they maybe I should have actually watched the movie to talk about it. But then like all the guests at the wedding turn out to be feds. But kind of an interesting idea. They should do that as a movie. Do a right wing guy who falls in love with an e-girl, and then it turns out she actually is a fed. And they were like, "Well, we were waiting for you to do a terrorist attack, and you never did." But then, like, there's a bit more like Sonicness in this one than the first one, I would say.
He does more. He does more Sonic things.
Yeah, like he runs fast more. He like turns into a ball more. He like tries to like smash things more. You know.
Yeah, I'm thinking about the executives after Sonic 1. They're like, that was pretty good, but you know, they're reviewing feedback and they're like, key demographics wanted to see Sonic turn into a ball 4% more.
Yeah. So yeah, he turns into a ball more. He runs fast some more. He goes into like a video game level. There's even a reference to like the Sonic water levels being bad. And he drinks, like he gets oxygen from a bubble, which I think he did in the game.
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
So yeah, more video game stuff. It's the same movie as the last one, just with a bit more Sonicking, and probably it's too long. But in juxtaposition to the other kids movie I watched, which was Chip and Dale, which I had very low expectations for, and I had really seen very little advertisement for it. I don't know, like, had you seen it advertised?
I'm aware of it. I've seen, maybe I saw people talking about it on Twitter. Is it a series or a movie?
Huh? No, it's a movie.
I thought it was a series, but okay.
See, that's what I'm saying. I had no clue what it was going.
I was aware of it, which is more than I can say for a lot of things.
Yeah. So anyway, I was like, well, what is this? And then I was like, oh, it's a CGI movie. Okay. But it's kind of done as a meta comedy about CGI reboots of classic cartoon series. Which I feel like could be kind of lazy or whatever, kind of how like the Matrix reboot was like a meta commentary on rebooting a movie.
Yeah.
Which was really bad. But with this, I guess it's a little lower stakes than Matrix. You know, it's just like a kind of a random early 90s cartoon, like late 80s, early 90s, whenever it came out.
You know, how come, what was the deal with, why? So there's Chippendales, the male escort service or dance, you know, male stripper dancers or whatever. Why did they name a show? Like, did that exist when they started the show called Chip and Dale?
It had to have, yeah. Chip.
What was the idea there? Why did they do that?
Maybe that was the double entendre. You kind of mention it in the show, but I don't remember. I'm checking with Wikipedia.
Is that part of like the Hollywood groomer history? Like, was that
maybe it is, to be honest, but they do acknowledge it in the movie, like how it's kind of weird. Very there were Chip and Dale shorts in the 40s.
Oh, okay.
So maybe the name, I'm looking it up right now.
Well, either way, very weird.
It's unrelated. Yeah, that is weird though. I'm trying to look it up. But yeah, so were you a fan of the cartoon?
I watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it too. So basically, and I didn't get this at all from the advertisement. they exist in the real world, but the real world is a cohabitation of cartoon characters and real people. So like Chip and Dale meet at like elementary school, and they're little cartoon characters who go to school with like humans and other cartoon characters.
It's a desegregated school.
Yes, desegregated. And then like they'll live in like tiny houses next to big houses and stuff.
The National Guard had to show up with guns to make sure that the live animation and the cartoon animation people could go to school together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so it's actually like much better than it should have been, this movie, in my opinion. So it's voiced by Andy Samberg and
Aziz Ansari.
yeah, no, John Mulaney.
Okay, I was pretty close.
So it's John Mulaney and Andy Samberg, and then Andy Samberg as what's it called? Lonely Island is doing the soundtrack, I believe, as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got some talent behind it, right?
Yeah.
And John Mulaney does Sonic in Sonic, which is weird.
I didn't know that.
So, but the idea is, and what you get into is they become buddies and do like a comedy act, and then they get like, instead of like getting a sitcom, they get a cartoon. And so the cartoon is shown, like they show an old episode of the cartoon, then they zoom out and they're like filming it with cameras. So like that's kind of the trick of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, so it's kind of like in the same world as Roger Rabbit. And they even have Roger Rabbit in it. They have appearances from all other kinds of cartoons from other IPs. Right? Kind of a la Roger Rabbit. And then the idea is this is like 20 years on, or I guess 30 now. And they're kind of, washed up. Yeah, cartoon series. But Dale goes on to be like more famous than Chip. Chip remains as a 2D celluloid style cartoon, but Chip gets a 3D plastic surgery. So he got CGI surgery is the joke in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like, cooler than the other guy. And they become estranged, and then this is them getting back together to solve a kidnapping, basically.
This does actually sound better than the typical.
Yeah, it is. But like, so there's a scene where they're at a Comic-Con type convention, and right next to the booth of Dale is Bad Sonic, or Ugly Sonic, they call him.
Yeah.
So it's the Sonic prior to the CGI revamp that they did.
Yeah, when everyone freaked out because he was creepy and looked like David Hogg.
Yeah, and so he's voiced by Tim Robinson, if you know that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah,
you should leave. Yeah. And so like it's kind of funny, like the cartoon characters they get in. At one point, they have all the Seth Rogen cartoon characters in one shot. Because he was like a Kung Fu Panda guy. He was like someone else. So. Anyway,
really? Okay,
yeah, and so there's like a lot of references to kind of the 3D thing, and then they go to like the Uncanny Valley, which is where all the like the bad CGI from like
Polar
the mid 2000s on happened. Yeah.
Did they get Polar Express? Were they?
Yeah, they mention it
because that's not a Disney property, but.
Well, I think they go outside of Disney, if I'm not mistaken, because the Kung Fu Panda's not Disney; it's DreamWorks.
Yeah.
So like they're just stealing from everyone, and I think they get to because of parody laws or whatever.
Oh, really? Or are they just paying them? I don't know.
I think so. I think they're just parodying it, so it's allowed.
Huh.
Anyway, it's definitely much more self-aware than other cartoons, and I was like, do I want to watch a reboot of these guys in CGI, I guess, but it's not that. It's just a comedy that's kind of for kids, but also has a lot of references for you reference hogs out there.
Well, I watched. So I started that one day, this Chip and Dale thing, but I literally got like 15 seconds into it, and it was obvious my kids weren't they weren't gonna watch it, so I turned it off.
Yeah, I don't know how I I was wondering, we should do a is this based or not?
For kid stuff. Yeah, I think we should at some point.
Yeah, because there's definitely someone mentioned the other day in real life, not even on racist Twitter. Somebody mentioned that there was a boss lady, black lady in that movie too, but she's much less irritating than the one in the other show.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it. I don't know if it's based or if it's child appropriate, but it's funny. So if you like funny movies, watch it maybe without your kids.
I'll try it again.
It's not the best movie ever, but it's better than it should have been.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
It sounds watchable.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, a watchable movie. We talked about the trailer for this one like a month ago or something, but I watched that Unbearable Weight of Massive, what's it called? The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, the Nicolas Cage one where he plays Nicolas Cage.
Okay, yeah.
So I watched that, and I would say it's just a vehicle for some jokes, which you could say, oh, well, you're describing a comedy. I don't know. It's like a little bit, it's a little unfinished, I feel like it, or maybe, and I don't want people to think I hate long movies, because I actually like a long movie if I feel like it earned the runtime, but it's an hour and 47 minutes I'm looking at right here, and it's another one of those things that's like it should have been an hour 20 or an hour 30. Like hour 47 is too long for what it
tightened it up a bit.
Yeah, for what
I would like it.
Yeah, you'd like it. I mean, there's lots of references to his career, Nicolas Cage's career. So there's like jokes about his career. There's good jokes about like the kinds of movies he likes. And they give him like a fake family for the movie, which is not his real family. The story is like kind of forced, kind of you could do without it, but it's pretty funny. I mean, it's I'd say there's like a handful of like really funny parts, but overall it's like a little too long and little feels a little unfinished. Like they just they had a good idea and then rushed to like put something out there. And then, which is maybe kind of funny because the premise of the movie is that he needs money. So he takes this like offer to go and basically go to be a guest of honor at a party for some fan who's really wealthy. And it's almost like this movie is kind of like has a bit of the same vibe. It's like he seems happy to be there, but at the same time, it's like, he's at that stage where he just needs to get paid and needs to keep paychecks coming, which they joke a lot about in the movie, like with his agent and stuff. Like you're not who you used to be. You have to take on different roles now and all that. It's pretty funny though. It's got some good parts that, Did
you laugh out loud?
I watched it alone, which kind of affects how likely someone is to laugh out loud, but there was a couple parts that are like, that are they'll definitely make you laugh. Okay. I'll do one more. Someone on Twitter mentioned this movie Manhunter. I think there's a Netflix show with the same name, but this was not a series. This was a movie from 1986. It's, I didn't even I just saw him mentioned it, and I've been trying to like watch kind of, older movies, and 1986 is like, it's not that old, but to me that's old for a movie. Cause most of everything I've ever seen is, post 90s, or 90s and later. But I've been trying to like watch more old stuff just to make sure I know what I'm talking about, and to like have more of that like foundation in like in old things that are supposed to be good. So I didn't even look it up or anything. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna watch that. Just find out whatever site it's on, and I watch it. And what didn't realize going into it, it's part of the like Silence of the Lambs universe. It's not the same people who made Silence of the Lambs. It's I think it takes place. Actually, I'm not even sure. It might take place before or after. I'm not sure, because they come from a book series, which I've not read. But it's like a different detective. It does have Hannibal Lecter played by someone else. It's a very different vibe than Silence of the Lambs. It's like there's a big 80s element to it, but it's very contemplative, like, or contemplative. They take their time, lots of like synth, like very slow synth music. They get into a lot of the psychology of like the, pervert serial killers. And then like the, some of the action is was maybe under budgeted or something. It's like, or maybe that's just kind of 80s action. I don't know. The fights are kind of like, they're kind of clunky. Overall, it was really good actually, and a lot of it's really about the main detective going crazy because I guess he had like gone crazy previous. He's the one who put Lecter behind bars, I guess, in the movie. They don't show that. That's like the history of the movie, and then in the process of putting Lecter behind bars, he'd kind of gone crazy. Lecter like got him to, broke him down. And in this new case, he's like sort of revisiting that territory. He's like going crazy again. So it's like the movie's kind of about him just being on the verge of going crazy, but doing his best to not succumb to it. But yeah, if you like Silence of the Lambs, I'd never even heard of it, but I would recommend, people watch it. It's less.
So they're saying it's based on Red Dragon, which they later made.
Yes, they did another Red Dragon with someone else. I can't remember.
Got it.
But it's not as graphic as Silence of the Lambs. It's like, it's still intense, but it's not as gross as Silence. But it was pretty good, and I want to watch more of these sort of like, it was let me see, I think it was Michael Mann. Yeah, Michael Mann. Who did Heat like a couple years after this, but I want to watch more stuff like this from these guys who are considered, to be really good, just to like better.
I'm surprised he didn't spell Manhunter with 2 N's.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I was looking at like stills from it, just Googling it, and I was like, this looks newer than the 80s, but that's probably just because it's shot well.
It's shot well. I mean, I think a lot of people who use the Kino tag, I think a lot of people would call this Kino. Like,
yeah, it's looking very Kino.
Yeah, it takes itself pretty seriously, but it doesn't. But in a good way.
So this one wins our Kino Award of the Week.
Yeah,
Kino Movie of the Week. Everyone go watch it.
Yeah, it's a good. I want to watch more stuff like this. These 80s movies that I skipped over.
We should do just recommendations for Mond every week.
Mond has good taste, so shout out to Mond.
Yeah.
Mond, I think you'd like Manhunter. I'm not exactly sure where you can watch it though.
Yeah, it looks like it's on Prime.
All right, should we get into some movie news, or did you have another thing you want to talk about?
We need to play like that the new like breaking news sound.
Yeah.
Like movie news.
Movie news brought to you by. Maybe I'll cut that out.
Yeah, brought to you by.
Movie news brought to you by. Try one. I'll edit out.
Movie news brought to you by Mentos. Mentos, the fresh maker. They always call it Mentos in the commercials.
But it's called Mentos?
That's what they say in the commercials. Go listen to one. They'll be like, Mentos, the fresh maker. And I'm like, it's Mentos.
Yeah. Maybe those are the ads for Europe or something.
Yeah. Listen to one of those 90s ones. That's what I'm saying.
Huh. Okay, so movie news. Well, there's a little movie called Top Gun, which seems to have made a lot of money. People are crazy about Top Gun 2 or
Have
Top
you
Gun
seen
Maverick.
it?
I haven't seen it yet.
Me neither.
Well, we don't need to talk about the movie, just the fact
I know,
that
it's just funny.
Making so much money.
Yeah. Yeah, from what I've heard, it sounds like people like it because it's just a movie. And they've been wanting that for a while.
Yeah, okay, so today is the Friday the 17th of June. Top Gun Maverick crosses $800 million worldwide. And I'm sure it'll have a big weekend this weekend, too.
Yeah, probably.
It's the highest grossing movie of the year, so bigger than Batman, or The Batman. So, yeah, I mean, what does that say? I mean, we haven't seen the movie, but people, I think you're right. They just want a movie. They just, best I can tell is it's not particularly, I mean, it's inherently political in that it's a military movie.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I don't think they're saying anything with it.
Yeah. Other than, jets are cool.
Going fast in jets is cool.
Scientology is cool.
Winning is cool.
Dumping the woman from the first movie for a different woman is cool.
Not knowing the history of psychology is cool.
Psychoanalysis.
Yeah. And Matt not knowing it is not cool.
Not using Ritalin is cool.
Rape buttons in your office to lock the door.
It's not cool.
Not cool. Don't do that. Also, apparently, somebody found out that Jennifer Connelly's character in this movie was a child in the last movie.
She's in the last movie?
There's the same character name exists as the child mentioned off screen of one of the like generals or something. I may be totally wrong. I just saw a tweet that said this.
That's funny.
But so dating children as Tom Cruise.
I saw a thing. Yeah, dating child Jennifer Connelly. Very cool.
But she would have been around in the 80s.
Yeah, she was around.
How old was Jennifer Connelly when Top Gun came out? Can I type that into Google? I'm
probably in her early 20s. Because she isn't actually young. I mean,
she just looks better than that other old lady.
Yeah, glad they fired her. Jennifer Connelly. Age. Okay, what do you think her age is?
54.
51. So
I was gonna say 51.
When did the first Top Gun come out?
How old is that one dude, Tom Cruise?
59. So that is an age appropriate.
So she was 15 years old when Top Gun came out.
Okay.
It did work, by the way. Google's kind of cool that way.
What did you do?
I just typed in how old was Jennifer Connelly when Top Gun came out.
Oh, yeah.
And it calculated it for me.
Yeah, that was nice of them. Sponsored by Google.
Sponsored by Google. Large language model.
Yeah. Oh, I saw a thing about Miles Teller. He, I guess from working on set with all these like jets and like in like military equipment, I guess he got like lead poisoning.
Oh, good.
Like or something like, or maybe not lead poisoning, but like jet fuel. He got like jet fuel in his bloodstream. And he was getting sick. So he like took some days off and then went to the doctor and they're like, you got like chemical in your blood. And he comes back and he thought Tom Cruise would be impressed because he's like, look how dedicated I am. I'm getting jet fuel in my bloodstream to make this a good movie. And Cruise was just like, I was born with it, kid.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then he was like, shave that stupid mustache. You look dumb.
He's like, yeah, I'll kill you too.
Maybe that's what's preserving him.
Yeah, the jet fuel.
Right? Yeah, if you look at Kelly McGillis, she should have been on the Jets.
She should have been taking jet fuel supplements.
Are we pro Miles Teller now? Is that what's happening in the world?
I mean, I have nothing against him, but
doesn't he look like someone you would want to punch?
Kind of, but you know, he's like he plays a guy who's always sort of like he's played a lot of guys who are kind of in trouble, and you want to help him, like in Whiplash and
He's not particularly likable in Whiplash, though.
No, he becomes a psychopath, basically.
Yeah.
But someone was saying this. It's just like in young Hollywood right now, like who are the top guys? Like, you know, you got your
Miles Teller.
Well, you got your Tom Cruise, you got your Leo, you got your Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
And then maybe Gosling is kind of in there, and some of the Avengers people.
A younger guy.
Yeah, but who under like 35 is a top guy? It's like
Miles Teller is 35, so no one.
Yeah, I don't know who's the next generation.
No, it's well, I mean, Harry Styles is a musician, but he's going to be acting.
And Chalamet, it's like, you know.
Yeah, Chalamet is probably the top guy right now.
These aren't top guys, though. Like
Chalamet is top guy, I think.
No, he is, like, in terms of like how like popular and how many movies he gets, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't want.
He's not a Leo.
Yeah, I don't want to overestimate like my fellow.
But Chalamet is probably the closest thing to
an up and coming top guy.
To a top guy, yeah. Because like I think the girls love him, the boys love him.
Do the boys love him?
Well, call him by your name.
Certain type of boy, but
yeah.
How many tickets are they going to buy?
Well, with monkeypox on the rise, maybe not so many.
All right, well, and it might fall to me to become the top guy. I don't know.
Yeah, Top Gun, top guy.
Yeah.
So
well, anyway,
it is Miles Teller, and he's got a mustache, and we have to
good for Tom Cruise, you know.
For
Mission
those of you who
Impossible.
have seen it, please comment below. Is it explained in the movie why he has a mustache? Or are we just supposed to accept it?
It's just what you do.
Please comment below.
Yeah. Okay, more movie news.
Hmm.
Joker 2 is apparently going to be a musical, and Lady Gaga is going to be in it.
Sounds good.
Tell me why it sounds good.
I think Joker 1 could have been a lot worse. I know, like, not everybody loves it or whatever, and I probably haven't rewatched it really. Like, I tried to, and I was kind of like, kind of a slog. But it was a good movie when I watched it. Like, I was, like, I don't know if it's the best movie, but it was good. It was Taxi Driver done again with a superhero slant. And,
I liked it. Yeah.
okay, yeah, I don't know where you are on it, but, like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. It felt smart. It felt fun, and delivered on what you were looking for a Joker movie. I feel like.
I like the part where he says, "You wouldn't get it."
Mm-hmm. I like when he says you wouldn't get it, and I like when he's like, "I'm tired of pretending that it's not this."
I like when he said, "My life is a tragedy."
I liked when he said, "When you call me out, can you introduce me as Joker?"
Yeah, I like that part too.
I don't know if the same filmmakers are in charge of it or different ones or
Todd
whatever.
Phillips, same guy.
Yeah, so I think let him do what he wants to do, man. Let's do a freaking musical with Lady Gaga. Yeah, let's see it. Because name another movie like that. You know what I mean?
If it's actually gonna be a musical, that's something. It's like someone doing something. Like it's like a little different. I bet though that it's not really gonna be a musical.
It's gonna be some dream sequence musical.
Yeah, I bet it's going to be. So in my mind, a musical is like I don't know the exact percentage or portion of a movie, but it's like a typical musical to me is like 40% of the dialogue is actually in music in song form.
Well, I would say yeah. There's like a hard musical, which would be like
Hairspray or something,
or what's that one with Russell Crowe and
Les Mis?
Les Mis.
Yeah.
Something like that would be a hard musical. Like it's specifically a musical. But I think there's more of like a soft musical, which would be like Once, where some of the storytelling is told through music. And kind of the music is the point.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Like A Star Is Born, where they're not using the songs as dialogue between the characters so much as just
maybe slightly, but not necessarily.
But there's lots of like I'm guessing there'll be lots of scenes where they characters are
like
singing.
In a nightclub or something.
Yeah, singing and or dancing and all that. But the story isn't necessarily told by the words of the music. It's just okay. I think we're in agreement. That's what if it's that I have. But that's like not even that. Calling it a musical to me, if it's really that, is like okay, that could be fine. If it's an actual musical, I'm less interested.
Well, I don't like musicals, so it probably won't be. I won't like it that much. But yeah, I would assume. Although I guess he has musical talent, but I don't know. Like, are they going to have the Joker singing? I don't know.
Does Joaquin Phoenix have a band or something?
No, but he was Johnny Cash.
That's right, he was, and he actually sang in that movie, didn't he?
Yeah. So he could probably sing, but I'm assuming it's going to be like he's in an insane asylum for some period of the movie, and there's probably going to be some point where he escapes with the help of Lady Gaga. I don't know. I'm all for it. I think the Joker movie or the Batman should have taken place in this universe. It would have fit in.
Yeah. I'm fine with the musical idea. I don't think Lady Gaga is actually that good. I mean, she won.
I don't know how good she is at acting either, but I'm assuming it's going to be mainly a one-man show again.
I'm guessing he'll be like, I don't know.
Like, why would you have that performance, that actor, and be like, well, let's make sure we give Lady Gaga a bunch of screen time? You know what I mean?
She was in A Star Is Born, and didn't she like win an Oscar or something? I don't know. I think if she's getting on board, she's like one of the top like 5 most famous people. So if she's coming on, I would assume it's for a big role.
She won for Best Music.
Oh, But the movie won like Best Picture, didn't it? Jamie, pull up
Music
awards
born
for.
Oscar wins best. Wait, it did win
I think
best
so.
actress.
No, I don't know about actress, but it was Best Picture, I think.
It's saying best actress, best actor, best picture, best supporting actor.
It won or nominated all those. Either way.
It's hard
Either
to
way,
tell.
nominated is the same as winning because those are kind of fake.
No, Green Book won.
Oh yeah, that great movie Green Book.
Couldn't
that
even
everyone
tell you who's
that
in it
movie Green Book that everyone loves and still talks
in
about.
2019. Are we making this point in this podcast?
The Green Book thing?
The fact that well, it's your point. You make it.
Well, just my thing about the Oscars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I probably have brought it up before, but just the Oscars are really weird because so many of the things that win are like not even interesting. No one even cares about them like that same year. Like people have lost interest within the year. It's like that those things came out. So, Green Book was like no one cares about Green Book. It was like a TV movie. TV movie tier, feel good. I mean, it was like an okay movie it's a purely like, well, whatever. I don't want to get into Green Book specifically, but it's like, it's a dumb movie. It's like fine.
Yeah.
But
do you know what won in 2020?
2020?
I've never even heard of this movie. Yeah.
The year before was Parasite. I don't know what 2020 was.
Nomadland.
Oh, I know what that is, but I've never seen it.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I mean...
apparently last year's was Coda. Never heard of it.
I remember that. I know that's like the deaf movie, but...
Oh, is that what it is? Okay.
But like, yeah, that's the thing is like, I don't know, what the Oscars... I mean, shouldn't they... It seems like to me as like the premier thing, like, it seems like they should reflect like some level of actual commercial success too. Like... It's weird for me to see them like they pick up.
But
doesn't
this go along also with the art discussion we've been having offline as well? Like maybe it should just be the most artistic movie, regardless of.
Well, that's kind of my issue with it, though. Is it's like they'll nominate. So I think for Best Picture they allow like 10 nominations. Mm-hmm. They'll nominate like 5 that made some money, and then they'll nominate like 5 that didn't. And then like 1 that didn't make any money will win. But then there's like 100 other movies that didn't make any money that were better, that didn't get nominated or not even on the radar of the Academy. And so it's like, that's why to me, they should probably just stick with the big ones. Cause like, if you're going to snub all the little ones, like just snub all the little ones. But
yeah,
well, I mean, that said, I'm sure if you're a guy who made a little movie, you're, happy to get featured at the Oscars, but well, I don't know. I just think it's like really dumb that if your premiere award show doesn't ever feature anything that's culturally relevant, like a year 1 or 2 years later, that's just kind of weird. Oh, and so I think, my broader point is that the awards should happen on like a 3-year delay. If people still care about something 3 years later, like then draw from that pool of stuff.
Right. It has to have some staying power. I was looking at past years. Did you know that a Russell Crowe movie won 2 years in a row?
Well, the Gladiator and the Something Mind.
Beautiful Mind. You did know.
I didn't know
that one. Gladiator isn't surprising, but Beautiful Mind is. But Gladiator was commercially successful, and then 2003 is another commercial success with Lord of the Rings 3.
Yeah, and that's weird too. Mm-hmm. And we could do like a whole show on this, but it's like they do this thing where it's like that was more like a Lifetime Achievement Award. They're like,
yeah, they were like, all those 3 movies were good. Let's give it to the third one.
Yeah, we're awarding you for the whole thing you did, not this one specifically, and whatever.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen nowadays, though. I feel like. What movie are we talking about? Joker.
We were talking about Joker. I'm done with Joker. I basically just
I think it sounds good. Like I could get people complaining about it or whatever, but like, hey, they did a good job last time. Let's see it. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
If it's bad, then end your streaming subscription.
If it's bad, go Joker mode.
Yeah, go Joker mode.
Do something you regret.
For the intelligence agency people listening.
For the intelligence agency, order 2 value meals at Wendy's and eat both of them. Let's see. Okay, next thing I had was our guy, friend of the pod, Ryan Gosling. He's you see that new picture of him as Ken?
Yes, I did.
What do you think about that?
Who else is in that movie supposedly?
Margot Robbie as Barbie.
Oh, okay, so they did recast it because they were going to be doing a Barbie movie with what's her face.
Rebel Wilson, I think.
No, before that, Amy Schumer was going to
Oh,
be Barbie.
yeah. I guess plus size comedian. That's all.
Yeah, plus size comedian. Yeah, so Amy Schumer was supposed to be it, and she was supposed to be like a Barbie who doesn't fit in because she's fat or something.
Yeah.
So they're not doing that. So I think it'll be good. Gosling, Robbie, and let's see him go Joker mode in it. That
Yeah,
would be cool, like kind of like an action, like like a John Wick, but in the Barbie universe because they're all Barbies.
it'd be interesting if Ken was actually like an antisocial guy, like the character in Drive or something.
Yeah, he's like, oh, nobody understands me. I'm Ken. No, it could be good. As well, it sounds like everybody's lining up to buy tickets with their bros.
Yeah, all the bros are excited.
Yeah, they get upset when they see women in the line.
Yeah, this is our movie.
Yep, Barbie is for us. Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna do with that. It seems like it's not targeted at children for any reason. So,
No, I don't think so. It's the director is Greta Gerwig, who's like
what has she done?
she did that movie
I
with
know her face, but
Saoirse Ronan. What was it called?
yeah, Greta Thunberg,
Greta Thunberg. No, what's her name? Greta Gerwig.
Lady Bird,
Lady Bird. Yeah, that's the one. That
and then she did Little Women, which was supposedly something.
Yeah, it'll be like Barbie will be ironic in some way. Like it'll be irony Barbie.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with that. I don't have any investment in Barbie to care if they ruin the character.
Oh, I have a lot invested in Barbie the brand.
Really?
No, but I mean it'd be funny if I had a like 1,000 piece collection of Barbies.
Wait, why is Florence Pugh? How do you say her name?
Pew.
Why is she related? And why is she hugging Zach Braff?
In what context?
I don't know. She's like hugging. Are they in a relationship?
In Barbie?
No, just in real life.
Well, I don't know.
I searched Greta Gerwig Thunberg, and it showed Florence Pugh, and then I remembered that Michael Freight said that she's a man actually. She's got broad shoulders. And then there was a picture of her hugging Zach Braff, and I'm like, what's up with that? But apparently he's been canceled. I don't know why.
Zach Braff?
Yeah. Oh, age gap.
Probably. Oh, I was going to say probably for trying to Kickstarter his movie. Remember when people were mad at him about, okay, A, remember when Kickstarter was like more of a thing?
Yeah.
And B, he like tried to kickstart a movie like to fund it with fan donations, and people were mad. They're like, you're a rich Hollywood guy. Just, use your Hollywood money. And he's like, no, I'd rather just get free money, but it has no strings attached from fans.
Yeah. I don't know. Zach Braff is canceled, though. That's all I know.
This song will change your life, Zach Braff, for the worse. Okay, last movie news thing I had. Buzz Lightyear, I guess he's gay or something?
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear is gay, and there's also a side black lady who's apparently the main character. So they like doing that in movies now. Once again, that was brought up to me by someone who's not on Twitter and is just a normal person. So it is kind of odd that in all these 3 kids movies, wait, Sonic, they do it. This one they do it. ObiWan they do it, and yeah. But anyway, I guess that's a trend. It's a good trend, I think. I'm for it.
The Buzz Lightyear thing, I guess. Here's my understanding, and if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments and subscribe and like and send me money. But apparently they had a scene where 2 women kiss or something, and they were going to take it out for like distribution in the Middle East and China. Disney employees,
as normal.
Yeah, Disney employees got mad, I guess, and Disney is like, we are gonna do the principled thing and just not release it in Dubai. So
Okay.
and then Chris Evans, who I guess is now the voice of Buzz Lightyear because Tim Allen
Wasn't available. He was too busy with all his other projects.
because Tim Allen is a Republican.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to hire him anymore. So I guess Chris Evans is Buzz Lightyear, and he was like, "Yeah, take that, you bigoted Muslims."
That's the news. Like, I mean, I don't know what to say about it. It's just like so this is actually, for whatever reason, this is a planned family activity. Everyone's going to see Buzz Lightyear at the theater. We're all going to the same one with like 30 kids. I'm not too worried about any implications rubbing off on my children just due to the fact that they're young enough. But,
well, and I mean, I've done none of the things I saw in movies.
Yeah.
So, a weird movie here and there. I don't know.
Yeah. Happy Pride Month, I guess, from Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. You should find out the exact timestamp of when the gay kiss occurs, and you should aggressively. You should just stand up and scream in the theater.
Just like panicking.
Yell fire in the crowded theater.
I mean, they do always like hedge their bets. Like it's the same thing as like gay Dumbledore or whatever, where it's like, oh, actually he's gay, and then it's like, okay, well they didn't show anything in it. So this is probably just going to be like all the other Disney ones, where it's like they just like look into each other's eyes for a second. Like that's all it's gonna be.
I heard it's a kiss. There's an actual kiss.
It really? Okay.
That's what I heard.
It's gonna be a kiss on the cheek.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
Take a photo.
You think it's gonna be a mouth? You think they're gonna be Frenching?
Well, I mean, if you paid full price.
I want to see my lesbians going. No. Okay. What kind of kids movie is this, lady?
Demand your money back after you watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, maybe I will do that actually. But
I heard they took this out for the Middle Easterners.
Yeah, so I'll see it. I'll see if it's as bad as people are acting, and I don't see how this could be good, but maybe it will be.
Yeah,
it's apparently already getting review bombed on IMDb. It's already got a bunch of ones.
Bring back Tim Allen. That's what I say. All right. Well, I think we've like done a really good job.
Yeah, we have. Not saying all these movies that are in the news.
Yeah. So go watch Manhunter, everyone. 1986, Manhunter.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Kino check every week now.
Yeah.
You get one Kino movie to watch.
Kino of the week. Sponsored by Colgate.
Did you know in Spanish, Colgate means hang yourself?
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna have to talk to the guys at Colgate about changing their name.
Yeah, we really should.
All right. Thanks for joining, CoolFrasier.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Talk to you later.
Bye.